What a great start to my day.
I'm Das.
Cut. Cannot use this one. I see an entrance to claustrophobia.
Usually my weekends involve eating,
Singapore is a melting pot of cultures, and now so is my stomach.
exercising, and convincing myself it's called balance. But this week it's mud, mayhem, and maybe mild regret. From abandoned tunnels to dodging arrows to facing the underworld, I'm going to try 3 unusual ways to spice up my weekend. And it's going to get weird. I'm at Woodlands Waterfront Park. It's peaceful, idyllic, and definitely not where you'd expect to start an adventure.
Hi.
But Stanley and Amanda from Hidden Heritage Singapore have other plans.
So we'll be exploring muscling tunnels. Can you make a guess where on earth the entrance would be?
Do I have to walk through the drain?
It will be past the drain for sure. Let's go.
I knew it. But looking at where we are headed, I was right to worry.
What a great start to my day.
No signs, no trail, not even a hint of where we are going. Then after what feels like forever, we finally spot something that might be the entrance.
Oh my god. I see an entrance to claustrophobia.
We have a torchlight prepared for you.
Oh, thank you.
So here you go.
Before we enter, flashlights to see what's ahead, and a warning to remind me why I shouldn't.
So later on, when you look above you, you get to see quite a bit of lizards. And they're not your typical kind of household lizards. These are forest geckos, probably 2-3 times the size of the normal geckos you see.
Why did you choose to tell me this now? You could have told me this when we first met and I would have gone home from there.
I was ready to bail until Stanley mentioned a Japanese general named Yamashita, who apparently hid looted treasure across Asia. And guess where one stash might be?
There were actually some reports of people actually finding a tunnel back in the 1950s or 60s. This could have been where General Yamashita actually buried his gold.
Oh, then we should go, right? We should.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go and find some gold.
Just watch your head, okay?
I'm barely slouching or bending down. It's not going to be very difficult for me.
Honestly, this isn't too bad. Here's my beginner's guide. Stay low, watch your step, and don't go alone. The Marsiling tunnels were built in the early 1940s by the British, believed to be part of a top-secret underground fuel storage network for the Royal Navy. There are whispers about hidden passageways, secret bunkers, even tunnels leading to Malaysia. As for the gold, like most stories tied to these tunnels, Yamashita's treasure remains just that, a rumor. Even then, the tunnels still feel alive. And a little spooky. But of course, nothing seems to faze Stanley. In fact, his idea of fun is to turn off all the lights.
So usually one thing we like to do for fun, because we are so deep underground, is to do this thing called a 1 minute of silence.
Alright.
So we'll turn off any lights, we'll not make a single sound, and this is when your senses really heighten. So let's give that a little try.
And that could be the start to our paranormal investigation.
Yeah, maybe you hear someone in the background say, "Das."
Okay, let's hear it. 3, 2, 1. I think we are good. But I heard like...
It hasn't been a minute, eh?
it's okay. We can always fast forward and post.
I always thought exploring dark tunnels would make me look so brave. Meanwhile, here I am flinching at geckos the size of small dinosaurs. But I can see why people are curious about this place.
This was definitely worth the adventure. And the most beautiful thing is that it hasn't been commercialized. It is still very much preserved. So for those of you out there who want a piece of history, come and check this out.
After all that Indiana Jones business, I'm feeling a little heroic. It's time to channel my inner Katniss Everdeen. I'm at Combat Archery Singapore for a game of archery tag.
So, archery tag is actually a very high adrenaline pumping game where running around all while carrying the bow and the arrow with you.
It's a team sport that mixes dodgeball, paintball, and archery into one chaotic workout. Basically, it's the Hunger Games without the dying part.
Simply connect with the back of the tip to the string.
Wow, quite far.
Yes, okay, come. Why not you try? There you go.
Oh, this is going to be really humiliating. Cut. Cannot use this one. Why isn't it shooting?
And make sure your finger is kept here and not touching the bow.
While the first few tries were tragic, but what can I say? Greatness takes a warm-up.
The objective of the game is just to eliminate as many players as you can on your opposing team within the given time, which is actually 5 minutes.
Your mission, shoot your opponents before they get you.
Obviously, you don't just want to stand in the open and let them shoot you openly, right? So these tents are actually used for the teams to hide behind.
What if I stay behind the tent the whole time? I don't get eliminated?
You don't get eliminated, but where's the fun in that? So, Das, do you have a team with you?
Of course, I have a team of elite athletes. Are you intimidated?
Well, I have a team of my elite athletes as well.
Big guy is easier to shoot, right? It's a bigger target.
If you are the one shooting them, then it's quite hard.
And now, it's game on.
Get ready! 3, 2, 1!
Time to see who actually has better aim and who just talks a big game.
Hey, I'm putting it wrong side.
The rules are simple. Get hit and you are out. Each team has 4 chances to revive a teammate, shoot the target and bring them back into the game. Of course, that only works if you can actually hit the target, which apparently I can't.
No more arrow.
I've been hit,
Alamak. Okay, I'm honorable. I got shot.
revived, and hit again.
The person not even giving a chance, huh? Don't shoot me.
I probably should have made my shots count because it's really easy to run out of arrows.
Hey, thank you. Was looking for an arrow.
In my quest to steal more arrows, I've become the easiest target on the field. Time's up. The team with the most players left wins. And miraculously, that's us!
That was very good. It was a butt shot, eh? Archery tag is fast-paced and very, very fun and a great way to bond with your friends. So if you can't think of any activities, archery tag is something that you should do if you're still shooting at me.
I've conquered the tunnels, survived the battlefield, and now I am facing judgment for all my trash talk. Just kidding. Haw Villa was built in 1937 by the Tiger Balm brothers. Yes, the same guys behind that little jar of minty pain relief loved across Asia. Besides selling ointment, they also built an entire park to teach Chinese values through mildly terrifying statues. And the highlight of this place is none other than the Hells Museum. Every doomed soul needs a guide. I have Helena here to guide me through the underworld, starting with a little ritual to chase away bad vibes.
Could you just start our tour with a hit on the gong to drive all the negative out of you? Very nice.
I feel a bit better.
Better.
Maybe like 1%.
So that's welcome to the 10 courts of hell. You're now at the first court.
The first court is where souls get sorted.
So if you look over there, can you see the golden bridge? Those souls on the golden bridge, they've done so well. And also means that they will not be reincarnated. And then the silver bridge, you've done well. You lag just a little bit to get to the golden bridge.
Oh.
They'll be reborn as humans. You're given a second chance now, so don't waste it, yeah?
And the sinners, well, they get no bridge. Just a one-way trip to punishment.
The Chinese say 奈何桥, the bridge of no recourse.
Our goal is not to end up here.
Not to end up here,
that.
yeah.
From liars to cheaters to the unfilial, every court has its own creative punishment.
Wow, feels like I'm entering a different dimension. The sins that you have to atone for in this court is charging exorbitant interest rates as a moneylender. So it's
Don't
very
be a loan
specific.
shark.
Yeah, so this is where loan sharks, all the alongs will be paying a visit and spending some time here. You'll be thrown onto a hill of knives. That's not, no, we do not want that.
No, we do not want that.
It's gory, dramatic, and surprisingly educational.
Note to self, be nice to people or end up here.
Because at its core, this place isn't about scaring you. It's about teaching you how to live right.
the two brothers, Obun Ho, Obun Pa, doing this. The idea is to give people a list of don'ts so that they live moral lives, contributing members of society, and for children to always obey their parents.
This tour definitely brings folklore and history to life, and definitely not your average history lesson. So if you are a history buff or you want to understand how religions are intertwined, head over to the Health Museum.
I set out to spice up my weekend, and somehow I found myself crawling through tunnels, dodging arrows,
The person not even giving chance, huh?
and taking notes in hell. Not quite what I had in mind, but at least it's unforgettable.
Don't shoot me!